Okay, forget the two babies born just 2 months apart for a second. The real, jaw dropper here.
What's that?
It's that after Michael Blackson publicly confessed to all this, his fiancée, Rada Darling, well, ex-fiancée now, she didn't just dump him.
No, she went further. Much further.
She issued this incredibly cold, clinical public takedown, called his apology the most pathetic post or apology ever.
And declared she was quitting the circus. For good.
Oof.
Yeah, it's one of those quotes, it kind of sums up a whole era of how these celebrity relationships can just completely implode.
Right.
Because for them, the scandal wasn't ever really about cheating, was it?
Yeah.
That was almost allowed.
Sort of baked into the deal they made.
Exactly. It was always about respect. And this public contract they built, and frankly, performed for years.
And the second that contract got shattered beyond repair,
the whole thing just became invalid. Poof. Gone.
Welcome to Starscope Report.
Join us as we break down the Hollywood drama, the music scandals, all the influencer stuff. Today, we're really diving deep into the whole Michael Blackson, Rada Darling situation.
Yeah, we're looking at all the source material, how this relationship that was literally forged live on the radio ended in this spectacular, very public, catastrophic failure.
We're going to lay out the timeline, the exact sequence of these betrayals. It's pretty devastating when you see it all together.
And we'll explain why the fact that the second baby's mother was this longtime friend, why that was actually a much bigger deal than the whole side piece a month thing.
Right, broke a different kind of rule, a deeper one.
And then we've got to dissect Rada's final message, that psychological analysis she delivered. Absolutely brutal.
By the end of this, you'll basically have the full picture, the shortcut to understanding this whole mess.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning, the foundation.
Yeah, this wasn't some private thing. It was always a performance, a public narrative. And it really kicked off, you could say it was sealed on The Breakfast Club.
That's crucial context, isn't it? The sort of foundational text of their whole public agreement happened in July 2021. Blackson proposes to Rada live on the show. And the host even pointed out, hey, this is a first in Breakfast Club history.
Huge public gesture, massive spectacle, commitment, seemingly.
And Rada's reaction at that moment, it was electric, yeah, but it also set her understanding of the deal.
What'd she say again?
She screamed, "Buy side B Hayes, yes."
Right. That was her basically telling the world, okay, this engagement means we're traditional now. Monogamy, that's the rule.
But then almost immediately,
he undercuts it, instantly.
He jumps in jokingly, he says, correcting her. And the quote is amazing. 90% of the side deep at back.
90%. That 10%, that little reservation, that was everything.
He's keeping his brand alive, right? The player identity.
Exactly. And that just paved the way for the most defining and, frankly, bizarre part of their public relationship.
Yeah.
The side piece a month rule.
Which wasn't just some private agreement. It became a running gag, a plot point on VH1 Couples Retreat.
He actively promoted it, posted on Instagram. I'm allowed a side chick a month. Lol.
The lol really sells it.
It's wild. He framed the whole relationship around his, you'd call it, sexual privilege.
He even made these really weird claims, suggesting Rada enjoyed it, that she liked watching him with other women.
Yeah, or enjoyed hearing the details afterwards. The sources really paint her as this, ultimate cool girl character who just enabled his entire lifestyle.
Okay, so if the deal allowed for infidelity, these sort of transactional things, why did it all blow up? If she was supposed to be the cool girl, why the sudden dramatic exit?
Because Rada, underneath all that performance, she had one line. A critical distinction.
Which was?
It wasn't about fidelity. She seemed to agree, maybe reluctantly, to the performance of infidelity, her one non-negotiable. It was respect. She played the cool girl, maybe, as long as the core relationship, the primary one, felt respected and, validated behind the scenes.
And Blackson crossed that line.
Repeatedly. He violated the one rule she actually seemed to care about.
Which brings us to 2025, the year it all just shattered. And the timeline, when you lay it out, it's stunning.
It's incredibly fast. A real rapid-fire collapse. So they start the year apparently ecstatic. February 2025, they announce Rada's pregnant, her first child.
Big news. Public celebration.
Then June 17th, she gives birth to their son, Lil Mikey Blackson Jr. More public joy, family photos, the whole thing.
But then the hidden part.
Here's where the dramatic irony just slams you. Barely 7 weeks later, August 6th, 2025, another baby is born. King Kweku Blackson.
To the female friend I've known for over 5 years.
Right. And that birth
Yeah.
kept completely secret from the public at the time.
Wow, and you have to remember the visual here.
Get this. Just 2 days after King Kweku is secretly born,
Yeah?
Blackson and Rada are filmed by TMZ. They're at LAX, holding newborn Lil Mikey, putting on this whole happy family show for the cameras.
So he's actively performing the happy family while hiding this massive secret, this other child he just had.
Maintaining the facade. Actively concealing a whole new life.
Okay, wait, so maybe the second kid wasn't the thing that caused the split initially. It was more like the final proof that the respect was totally gone.
That seems to be it. The real fracture, the moment the contract felt broken to her, appears to have happened before the paternity news went wide on October 27th.
When was that? How do we know?
There's this key piece of evidence. It's like the Rosetta Stone for this whole collapse. Rada did an interview on the Accidentally Informed podcast. This was in early October 2025, before the second baby news broke.
And what did she say then? Before she knew about King Kweku, presumably. Or at least before the public did.
She was already, in her words, confused and frustrated. Why? Because Michael had gone back to the Breakfast Club?
Oh, the proposal place.
The exact site of their public engagement. And he went on there to publicly state that he doesn't see marriage in his future.
No way. After proposing there.
And get this public announcement came just 1 week after he'd apparently told her privately, yeah, we're finally going to get married.
That is wow. That's not just disrespect, that's public humiliation.
Calculated.
Totally calculated. Using the same stage where he made the ultimate commitment promise to basically retract it publicly.
Yeah.
That's a massive violation of the respect rule.
So the foundation was already cracked. Badly.
Completely. She might have put up with the side pieces, maybe, but the public invalidation of their actual relationship premise, that seems to be where the line was drawn. The second baby just confirmed that the disrespect was, like, fundamental and ongoing.
Okay, let's talk about the mother of the second child. Because who she was seems crucial to why this broke the quote-unquote rules of their arrangement.
Right. The rules, as he laid them out, seem to cover, transient encounters, anonymous, the side piece a month.
The idea being they were meaningless. No threat to Rada's position.
Pretty much, that seemed to be the justification. But the mother of King Kweku wasn't some random person.
No, he specifically called her a female friend I've known for over 5 years.
And that 5-year part, that changes everything.
Oh, so. Because 5 years implies history. It implies depth, an ongoing connection, an emotional bond. It suggests a parallel relationship, not just a fling.
So it wasn't just a side piece. It was potentially another primary relationship hidden in plain sight.
Exactly. It basically shatters the whole premise of their agreement.
Yep.
It makes the side piece allowance look like a convenient cover story he used to manage his brand while doing something else entirely.
And the timing of conception?
King Kweku was conceived while Rada was pregnant with Lil Mikey.
Ah.
So yeah, it confirms he was maintaining this separate, long-term, seemingly significant relationship while Rada was carrying their child. That level of deception, that kind of parallel commitment, that's the disrespect she couldn't tolerate. It went way beyond their weird agreement.
Which leads us to Blackson's public confession, October 27th, 2025. The one Rada immediately shot down. Let's look at his post. It really does read like damage control, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. The framing is masterful in a manipulative way. He starts off immediately making himself sound like a victim of fate.
How did he put it?
God has blessed me, but in blessing me came a lot of pain. See? He avoids taking responsibility. Things just happened to him. Blessings brought pain. It wasn't his actions.
Passive voice. Deflection 101.
Totally. And notice, he apologizes more for the timing of telling everyone, not for the actual infidelity or the disrespect. He says he didn't know how to do it.
Focusing on his discomfort, his difficulty managing the PR crisis he created.
Precisely. And then comes the part that just proved Rada's point about the whole thing being a circus.
A pivot to comedy.
The immediate pivot. Right after this supposed heartfelt apology, he makes this crude joke about, trying to avoid becoming Nick Cannon or Elon Musk.
And said he'd only date women who'd ran out of period or had a hysterectomy.
I mean, seriously, you finished confessing to infidelity that broke up your family with a vasectomy joke?
It just completely undermines any sense of genuine remorse. It screams performance.
It proves his #1 priority was protecting his brand, his comedic persona, not acknowledging the pain he caused, or Rada's dignity.
Yeah.
And worse, the absolute worst part.
The call to action.
Yeah. The post literally ends with, "Swipe to meet Kweku." He turned the family trauma, the birth of his son, the whole confession, into social media content. engagement bait.
Just commodifying the entire crisis.
Which is exactly what Rada seemed to be reacting to. Her response wasn't just emotional anger, it felt like a final verdict.
Yeah.
A psychological takedown.
She came out swinging immediately, reframing it. That first line, let's just agree that was the most pathetic post or apology ever.
See, she's not arguing about the cheating itself. She's attacking the performance of the apology. She's saying, I see through your brand management attempt.
Total exposure of his strategy, and then that line about taking accountability.
I take full accountability for staying in the circus too long.
That's so powerful. She's saying, yeah, I played along. I was part of the spectacle, my mistake. But I'm done now.
She unilaterally cancels the public contract, walks away clean.
But the part that really lands the blow, the truly devastating part, is her analysis of him.
The child in him line. Yeah. I didn't just love, I understood the pain, the innocence, the child in him. That reframes everything.
Oh, so...
He's no longer the desirable, powerful playboy. He's suddenly this emotionally stunted figure, like a little boy, that she was basically enabling, not partnering. She positions herself as the mature adult finally walking away from the child's destructive behavior.
That is absolutely brutal, and it explains her final point, rejecting that cool girl persona.
Exactly. She completely rejects the character she had to play for his brand.
Yeah.
When she says his type was never me because I'm a real woman, she's saying the real woman won't participate in the circus, won't enable the child, won't let her trauma be turned into content.
She just severed it all, the relationship, the public performance, leaving him standing alone in the middle of the circus ring he built. So the big takeaway here seems to be that these celebrity relationships, especially the ones built so publicly, they don't necessarily die because of the acts the contract allows. They die when the one thing that isn't negotiable gets violated.
And in this case, it wasn't sex outside the relationship, it was respect.
The whole thing collapsed the second Michael Blackson chose a punchline and a content launch over Rada Darling's dignity. The circus is definitely closed.
Yeah, and it really makes you wonder, doesn't it, if a relationship is fundamentally based on public performance, on brand management, can things like genuine respect or real privacy even survive?
Or is the collapse just inevitable once the narrative breaks down or the content strategy fails? Something for you to think about.
You've been listening to Starscope Report,
where we uncover the stories shaping Hollywood, music, and pop culture. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.